Hi, so welcome. I thought I'd do a quick review of Craftybrews Velveteen, which is smooth chocolate oatmeal stout. So this is part of their Craftybrews 1 gallon batch brewing, which you can do on the hob with simple pans. I've got here a big soup pan, and that's about 10 litre in fact, and that is 13 litres I believe, which is great. Then you end up brewing beer. You can stick in a 1 gallon demijohn like this. This is a Citra Amarillo, one that I've done earlier, which has got citrus hops and Amarillo hops in it. So that's just been put into secondary and dry hopping as we speak, which is great. But focusing back on this one, that was my own recipe. This is a Craftybrews one. So what we're going to do is we'll have a look inside, see what we've got. First of all, the all important instructions. Put them to the side for a minute. The grain pack, which has got some lovely pale malts, it's got some oats, it's got some dark roasted malts in there, possibly probably chocolate malts as well. Some sanitizer to make sure we keep everything clean. Very important, sanitisation. So, hot pack 1, 3 hot packs going at different points of the boil. We have some lactose milk sugar for the chocolate milk stout. And we have some chocolate nibs, organic cacao nibs. Smells chocolatey. And then we have some English dry ale yeast, the Safal SO4. And that's it. Put that to the side. So the stovetop Velveteen comes with some good instructions. I've read them before. So clean and sanitisation is the first thing to do. And then we're looking at the mash, where we heat up the pan. I heat up this pan with 3 litres of water, get that to about 75 degrees, then add the grain pack, and that'll bring it back down to about 65 degrees. Stir it in, that'll bring it back down to about 65 degrees. And then I'll turn off the heat, and what I actually do is actually put it in the oven at 65 degrees to keep a constant temperature. But if you just keep it on the hob, wrap a towel around it, just check the temperature periodically and make sure that you keep it 65 degrees. It's really important that you keep that temperature. And then after an hour, once you've done that mash, we then have to do the sparge. So what I do is, I then heat 4 litres of water up in this pan. And then I get a sieve, it's here somewhere, and then pour the grains in the sieve. And then what you do is you take the 4 litres of water and you sprinkle it over the top slowly. And that's your sparge, and that's rinsing all the sugars out of the grains. And then you'll end up with what we call wort. Once you've got that, once you've got your wort, you then do it in the boil. I do that one boil in the big pan here. Bring it to boil. It's a 60-minute boil in this instance. So what you do is in 60 minutes, once you've got it boiling, you put the first hot pack in, and then after 50 minutes of boiling, so there's 10 minutes left, you put the second hot pack in, and you also put the lactose in. At 15 minutes, I normally put in a bit of Irish moss as well to help with the protein break and all that side of things. So we've done the 10 minutes, so then after it's finished its boil, 60-minute boil, you put the final hot pack in. And then, once you're on, you cool it down in an ice bath. And you put fermentation. You can use these for fermentation. I've got a few of these. I actually prefer to use the bucket for a first fermentation, for the primary fermentation. Then I'm going to transfer it into the secondary. This recipe doesn't call for that. It calls for 4 days fermenting in the demijohn, and then once you've got 4 days, you put this in, the cacao cacao nibs should I say, you put them in, and then further fermentation for about 10 days, so you've got about 2 weeks fermentation in total. Which is what I normally do, is I do the first week in the bucket, and then the second week in this when I dry hop, but this doesn't require dry hop in this recipe. And then that's it, and then what we'll end up doing is we're bottling it. I've got some swing top bottles, very much like these, which are great, 500ml bottles. 8 of these will do that because it's about 4 litres, so you just need 8 of these, and they're really easy. Job done, sealed. Okay, so I'll get onto it, and I'll show you through the whole process as we walk through it. Great.